Michigan Out of Doors Online is brought to you in part by Tri-County Logging. Experienced in sustainable forestry practices, Tri-County Logging can help you manage your property by keeping your woods healthy and generate income. Serving southern and mid-Michigan for nearly 50 years, TriCountyLogging.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others. Join the fight.
Hi everybody, welcome to Michigan Out of Doors and happy Thanksgiving to everybody. This week we have a brand new show for you to enjoy with family and friends. We are going to take a look at the first couple of days of firearm deer season here in southeast Michigan. I was running the camera and had the pleasure of spending November 15th in the woods with a young lady who is absolutely devoted to deer hunting. We had lots of excitement in the blind. You won't want to miss that story. And then as tradition has it, I'll swing over to Richmond, Michigan to check out their local buck pull. Lots of great bucks hanging and lots of fun stories to be told. So make sure you stay tuned. I'm Jenny Silik, and it's time for Michigan Out of Doors.
From the first spring rains to the soft summer breeze, dancing on the pine forest floor, the autumn colors catch your eyes. Here come the crystal winter skies. It's Michigan out of doors.
What a beautiful day in the woods.
Someday our children all will see this is their finest legacy, the wonder and the love of Michigan. As the wind comes whispering through the trees, the sweet smell of nature's in the air. From the Great Lakes to the quiet stream, shining like a sportsman's dream, it's a love of Michigan we all share.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Country Smokehouse, a sportsman's meat processor and Michigan destination since 1988. Offers a variety of homemade smoked meats and Michigan-made products in-store and online. The Country Smokehouse features an outdoor barbecue and bar. Details at countrysmokehouse.com. By Alta Equipment Company, providing sales, rentals, service, and parts because uptime matters. From earth moving to landscaping and light construction, Alta offers over 50 brands across 7 Michigan locations to serve you. More information online or 844-GO-2-ALTA.
WorkingPerson.com. From the factory floor to the job site and into the field, WorkingPerson.com supplies work boots and shoes, workwear, safety gear, and more for individuals or outfitting your whole team. Learn more at WorkingPerson.com.
DTE believes to lead, we have to do what's right. So we're tripling renewables and cutting carbon emissions in half over the next 10 years. DTE.
For this year's firearm deer season, I'd be spending opening day with Lindsay Stallsmith in St. Clair County. Lindsay and her parents Jim and Sharon Eckhout hunt a piece of land very close to their home, and their beautiful house makes for a perfect deer camp. Lindsay was lucky enough to be raised in a hunting family.
I got started obviously through my father, and he would hunt all the time and bow hunt. That's how I got into it. And then I grew up like a mile from where we're at right now. And then when Lindsay came along, I kind of wanted her to follow suit. So when she was real little, I would take her and wrap her up in a wool blanket, and I would just take her with me, and I'd set her down between my legs, and even in a ladder stand, I would take her up and I'd strap her into the seat, and then I would stand on the platform, and she just always kind of went along. And then around that time is when Michigan started that youth hunt. So then that was right when she was old enough to hunt, and then we started hunting like that. She's into it. She really, she does her homework, and she's dedicated, so I'm proud that she turned out like that,
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hey guys, happy opening day.
Yeah, happy opening day. 2021 opening day.
That's right. Well, Lindsay.
I'm so excited. I'm ready to go.
Awesome. So, what's your feelings? You've been seeing some deer?
Yeah, we've been seeing a few, not as many as in years past, but we're still seeing a few.
Okay.
And I think after yesterday's weather,
yeah,
I think today should be pretty good. Hopefully they're going to move, I think.
Awesome.
I think so.
All right.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Seems like it cleared out, so.
How much land are you hunting, and where is everybody kind of sitting in relation to each other?
Well, we're hunting like 85 acres, so we're kind of spread out. I think we're in all like 3 corners of the square, so pretty far
Family
apart.
triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's how it is.
Awesome. All right.
So, I barely slept all night, so that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Excitement.
What's your plan? What are you looking to shoot today?
Well, because I didn't have a whole lot of luck last year, I'm kind of just here for the experience and here for the meat. But I mean, it'd be great to get a nice big buck. But if a nice doe comes out, I'm definitely gonna go for a doe. So.
All right.
Yeah, I know. I'm so excited.
Sounds good.
Took hunter safety when I was a kid and started hunting probably in middle school. I love the experience being out there in nature. I mean, it's not even about necessarily getting something. You know, last year I didn't get anything and I saw a ton of turkeys, ton of deer, and it's cool just being out there. I mean, I've been raised around hunting my whole life. My dad's a huge hunter and he kind of did give me a choice. No, but I just learned to love it. So yeah, my whole dad's side of the family's super into it, and you know, he got my mom into it, got me into it when I was young, and just, you know, this area in general, a lot of my friends are into it too, and it's always a really good time. Especially not living in St. Clair anymore. You know, I'm kind of on the west side, and it saves a lot of money on meat, and I can provide for myself, and I think that's huge. I mean, we donate a lot of it each year as well to some of the soup kitchens in the area, and it just feels good to hunt for a purpose and a reason and just be out there in nature doing it. So the morning was pretty slow, didn't see a whole lot. Saw one doe earlier, about 330 yards from the blind, and nothing after that. About 5 minutes to 10, we were kind of getting ready to wrap up, and I had said, you know, I'm having a good feeling about this afternoon. I think it's going to go really well. And then less than 5 minutes later, kind of as we're shuffling, moving in the blind a little bit, we see a 4-point come out of the left area, and he was moving quick.
Oh my God.
Safety's on, safety's on. Okay.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. That happened so quick. That was incredible.
Nice shooting.
That came out of nowhere. I was kind of giving up. I was like, no, we'll call it a day. We'll come back in later, you know, later in the afternoon. And then comes right out here, the left corner.
He just busted right out of those woods.
He did. He was moving fast too.
I could not believe it. It all happened so quickly. He was running. I was going back and forth between the windows with the gun, trying to figure out where the best shot would be, and ended up in the window right in front of me. He was still moving a little bit when I shot him, and it was incredible. It happened so quickly, and I just kind of had to make a split decision of what the best shot would be. If I didn't take that shot at that moment, I mean, another 20 yards, he would have been out into the woods and I would have lost my opportunity. So I kind of had to do it quick, and it just worked out great. It was perfect.
Shot with a 350 Savage, left-handed gun. Incredible.
With her opening day buck on the ground, Lindsay couldn't wait to show her parents.
My dad's been a huge inspiration hunting my entire life, and I'm just super thankful that he got me into it and got my mom into it, and I don't think I would be where I'm at without him teaching me, you know, being my mentor with all this, and again, just doing it for the right reasons and providing food for family and friends. And like I said, you know, we donate a lot, and it's just, it means a lot knowing that I worked for the food that I put on my table.
Congratulations to Lindsay Stallsmith and all the successful hunters this season. And speaking of successful hunters, there were lots of them on hand at the local buck pull the next night. On November 16th, I headed to the town of Richmond for the community buck pull event that happens at the Dick Hoover Auto Dealership there. Families from the area have made it a tradition to take part in the buck pull, even if they don't get out in the woods for firearm deer season. As the sun goes down, folks start making their way to town.
We started early in the afternoon for people to come by and just kind of take a look at everything that's going on. We have a bounce house for the kids here. They can play in. This year new, we have face painting, so the kids are doing that. And the DNR is here with their educational video game for the kids to play that. And each vendor has something going on for the little kids. So, and then they're shopping here, so if you want to buy some swag or some Christmas presents or some gear for yourself. Every hunter that registers, there's a $10 fee, and all the fees go to the PATH Foundation. And we know the PATH is very near and dear to both of us. We've been dealing with them now for about 10 years. They're a great foundation that does hunting and fishing trips for adults and kids that are ill and can't do it for themselves. A lot of times the people are handicapped and need special equipment to get out on the field or get on a boat, and that's what they provide. So it's a really good foundation. We love them dearly. So, but yeah, the hunters register, and then they get a nice bag full of goodies, gift cards and shirts and hats and all kinds of stuff. So we try to make it worth the while, even if you got a smaller buck. You know, our motto is size does not matter. We want every buck to drive through and end up on the pole. So, you know, after 10 years, we've kind of got it down pat. The employees look forward to it every year. It's a nice diversion from the day-to-day business in an auto dealership. And the community here is very tight. We know everybody that comes out here, and we get people from all of the surrounding cities. So it's just, it's a fun couple days.
Also on hand for the event were our friends from Commemorative Bucks of Michigan. These CBM volunteers measure all of the bucks for the contest. The winner of the men's division tagged this amazing buck with a net score of 146 4/8 inches, but he was too camera shy to tell us about it. The winner of the youth division here with his opening day 9-point was 17-year-old Gage Taylor from Columbus, Michigan, who had a great afternoon hunt.
Well, we went out late. We went out at 3 o'clock. We got out there, wasn't even set up yet, and he walked in with 2 does, chasing him around. And then he started to walk away. I grunted at him, stopped, shot him right there.
Awesome. Very cool. So how many points is he?
He's a 9-point. I think this is an inch, it's about.
All right, so what are you going to do next year?
Shoot a bigger one, hopefully.
And that's right behind your house, right?
Yeah, right behind the pond.
Awesome. Good job.
Thank you.
Next up was Alyssa Steeler from Marine City, who won the ladies division with this opening day bruiser.
It's a 12 points, typical 10 with 2 kickers, and he scored 162 6/8.
So Alyssa, when did you shoot this buck?
Yesterday, November 15th at about 9 a.m.
Oh, tell me how it happened.
Well, I was hunting opening morning with my dad. It's a new tradition that we've had together, and so we started off the morning. Really exciting game planning about where we're going to sit, what stand, what's the wind, and where we think the neighbors are going to sit, you know. And so at the last minute, as we're about to split up off the trail, I'm like, Dad, I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to hunt the other wood line on the opposite field, side of the same field from you. So we were about 300 yards away on the same field, and so we got settled, and no action. I'm freezing. My phone's zapped from the cold. So I'm sitting there shaking. I'm like, all right, I'm going to glass the field and just see, you know, if there's anything moving. This guy stands up in between Dad and I.
He had bedded down in the field?
He was bedded down in the field the entire time. We never spooked him getting into our stands. And I've only had... This was at about 8:50 maybe. And so he stands up, checks the wind, beds back down. Completely disappeared in the tall grass. And I had enough time, I was shaking at this point, to text Dad and say there's the giant crab claw 10 is in between you and I, bedded down.
How far away was he?
He was 122 yards, I ranged him, and he was probably 150, 160 from Dad. So I had enough time to kind of get my shakes out of the way and compose myself, range, and then get set up with my gun. And sure enough, 5 minutes later, he stands back up and starts moseying my direction, head on. I had the crosshairs on him, right on his nose. Now, as soon as he makes a move, within 100 yards, I'm comfortable.
Oh, he turned and you got him.
Yep, he came into 75, and he came in on an angle, kind of quartered to me a little bit, and I had my big face mask on. I was so cold, 20 feet up in a tree stand.
Oh, wow.
And so I tried to stop him with my mouth. I was like, Mert, nothing, kept walking. I was like, Mert, still walking. And I was like, Mert. And he finally was like, huh? And gave me a good shot right at the shoulder.
Awesome. Yep. Down he went?
He went down, and then he was just such a big deer. He stood back up, and so I took one more shot. He went back down, stood back up. Now he's walking onto the neighbor's. Beds back down about 50 yards into the neighbor's property, and I lose sight of him. But I felt confident that I had a good shot. So I got permission from the farmer, and DNR was nearby and got to be a part of the whole recovery. It was really nice, and my dad was with me the whole time, so it was really special.
And you got to put your hands on him.
Yes.
Oh,
biggest buck I've ever seen in person in Michigan. I've owned my property for 3 years, so I had friends and family helping me with food plots, and we're learning and discovering. Within 3 weeks, this guy showed up on camera. I've never seen him before, and it started the chase.
Congrats to Alyssa on a great hunt. Our next hunter had a nerve-wracking experience trying to get a shot on his beautiful buck.
My name is Steve Tomaszicki. I'm from right here in Richmond, Michigan. So I got out there right around 2:50 p.m. and I sat down, and 10 minutes later I look out in the distance and I see a monster buck. I pick up the binoculars, looked right up at him, and I could see he was a giant, and I started shaking. And my heart kind of sank as he walked back into the thicket. But sure enough, about a half hour later, I look up and here comes a doe charging full speed right at me, and right behind her was this guy, right on her tail, grunting the whole way. And it took me 3 yells to try to get him to stop. He would not stop. And I made the decision to take the shot at him on the run, and I shot. I saw that he was hit, and my heart kind of sank because I didn't know how good of a shot I put on him. Waited about 3 hours for one of the landowner's sons to get there, and he helped me make the recovery, and sure enough, about 10 yards after the last place I saw him, there he was laying right on the side of a hill, shooting a Ruger American 450 Bushmaster, 50 yards on the run. Definitely the biggest deer. It's the second buck I've ever shot.
What a great story. Butch Milton was hunting in Ray, Michigan on the 16th when he took this beauty of a buck.
Well, I was watching a big one. There's a bigger one out there, and a little 4-point come out, and then a 6-point come out, and I said, well, and this one come out, a doe come out, and he started chasing it, and was wheeling around. She went in the woods, and I said, okay. He stood out there, and I let it go.
Awesome.
Yep. Brand new gun, just got it this year. I always hunted with an H&R 12 gauge, and this year I did that new 350 they got out. Yeah. Yes, I do. Very nice. Very nice.
Next, it was a lesson in buck pole history. Back in 2012 at the first event, Ashley Milton from Macomb won the prize for the lowest scoring buck. Ashley was 3 months pregnant with her first baby back then, and every year she and her husband CJ come to say hello and bring their ever-growing family. This year they had their 2 oldest kids with them for a very successful opening day.
Mine was a lot of luck. I had my son Hudson with me. 5 o'clock, he's like, Dad, I gotta go in. I gotta use the bathroom bad. So we were actually walking back to the truck. Spotted this guy out in the field with some does, and he's like, Dad, take a shot at it. And took a shot about 280 yards with the new 350 Legend, and heart shot him, and he ran about 20 yards and piled up.
Wow. Well, good job. Glad you had to use the bathroom.
Yeah, it worked out in our favor.
Tell me about your hunt.
We sat out for a few hours and seen a lot of does, and then at the end of the night, this bad boy came out, and Hunter says, Mom, I think it's a nice buck. I think it's a nice buck. We should shoot it. So we put the binoculars on it, and I took a shot, and the first time, not gonna lie, it misfired. It clicked a little bit. We had a oopsie, and so we thought he was gonna run away, and he sat right there, and then shot at it again, and ran about 15 yards, and there he lays. I was texting him, and I'm saying, oh gosh, I don't know, should I shoot it? What do I do? Didn't answer, so I'm thinking, okay, I'm wondering what's happening over there. And then he texted me as soon as said, I shot, and I said, so did I. Yeah.
Chris Keel was hunting here in Richmond when he tagged this 11-point with a gross score of 143 inches on opening day.
So I was watching a doe eating on acorns, and I was waiting for her to either walk off or come in, and I was thinking about shooting her, and I had to go to the bathroom, so I stood up and turned around, and there was 4 other does, and I started to go to the bathroom, and he stepped out, and so I tried to get done, and I couldn't get done, so I finally just said forget it, and I picked up my gun, and he was at 60 yards broadside, and I shot him, and he piled up right there.
Kind of like true meaning of caught with your pants down.
Yeah, for sure. So,
No way. So
yeah.
how far away was the shot?
About 60, 65 yards.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Did you know this buck was out there?
I actually had an encounter with him a few weeks back. I got him at 20 yards broadside, and I screwed up with my bow and shot right underneath him. So it was him or one just like him. It was pretty similar, yeah.
Still around for opening day for you.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. How do you think the season's been going?
I'm tagged out. I shot a doe last week with my bow, and now this guy yesterday.
Good
so,
job.
yeah, I'm all done.
Congrats to Chris on a great buck and a very interesting hunt. Our next successful hunter was Sarah Werner, who dropped this 12-point trophy on opening day in St. Clair County on the hunt of a lifetime.
Is this your biggest buck?
It is my first.
First buck?
First buck.
Wow, how long have you been hunting?
4 years now.
Okay,
Yep.
cool, awesome. So what happened out there?
I was sleeping, and I woke up, and about 5 minutes later, he rustled past me.
So what went through your head?
I don't remember a lot. I was like, I really hope I'm not too excited to miss, actually be able to get him. But
Did he stop?
He did. He stopped and looked at me when he heard me move my gun, and then he kept going a little bit, and finally got within range for me to shoot him. It was nice.
How far away was the shot?
I'd say 18 yards, if that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was really close.
Kidding. What were you using?
12 gauge Citadel.
Wow, good deal. So what happened afterwards? What went through your head?
Well, I thought he was a lot smaller than what he was.
Really?
Yes.
That's cool.
Yes.
Okay, so you got down to go check him out with your husband?
I called him and told him that I got one. And then he came over and saw me standing next to it and was really mad because he was really big and he hadn't gotten one yet.
Oh, that's awesome. So now what? Will you keep hunting?
Oh, yeah. Yep,
Okay,
I'm not done yet. I still got another one.
All right, good deal.
Our last hunter of the night is Victor Skrelly from Romeo, who shot this 134-inch 12-point on opening morning with an invite from a generous landowner.
Actually, no, a friend of my friend, he knows that I don't shoot small deer, and he says I got a monster run in the backyard. So he invited me over, and I didn't even have a tree stand. I grabbed a chair. I said, right here looks like a good spot. Sat it down, and a little over 7 o'clock. I never heard him. I looked. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And I just took my muzzle loader and boom.
That was the first time you'd ever hunted that land?
Yeah, first time, yes.
Wow.
Yes. No tree stand, just a chair.
Congratulations to Victor Skrelly, who counts every day as a blessing. A few years ago, he conquered a life-threatening illness and is happy to be alive and enjoying the outdoors. This year's buck pull contest was another success, with nonstop family fun, a warm bonfire, plenty of happy people, and an unending supply of hunting stories to be told. Congrats to all the successful hunters, and good luck to everyone still trying to fill those tags. Shoot straight and be safe out there in Michigan's out of doors.
Thanks so much for joining us this week for Michigan Out of Doors, and once again, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Make sure you join us next week when we see what both Jimmy and Jordan did out in the woods for their opening days of Firearm deer season. If you'd like to see where we are and where we're headed next, you can always check us out online at MichiganOutofDoorsTV.com or on the social media platforms at Michigan Out of Doors TV. If we don't see you out in the woods or on the water, we'll see you right back here next week on your PBS station.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by.
Do you dream of somewhere bigger than your backyard? You can get there with Greenstone. Whether you want to hunt, fish, hike, or just watch the sunset, we're ready to help you own your place in the great outdoors. To learn more, visit greenstonefcs.com.
By Greenmark Equipment. Greenmark Equipment is a John Deere dealership network in southwest Michigan and northern Indiana. Greenmark provides sales and services to farmers, commercial businesses, large property owners, and homeowners. Information about pricing and products available can be found online at greenmarkequipment.com. By Showspan, producing consumer shows including the Ultimate Fishing Show Detroit, January 6th through 9th at Novi Suburban Collection Showplace. The show features fishing tackle, trips, boats, and seminars from top pros. The Ultimate Fishing Show, Novi, January 6th through 9th.
By Jay's Sporting Goods, with locations in Clare and Gaylord. Jay's has been serving the Michigan outdoor enthusiast since 1971, with a wide variety of outdoor products. The gear, the knowledge, the tradition of Jay's. On the web at jaysportinggoods.com. Closed captioning provided by Marvo Mineral, makers of Lucky Buck, deer management products including minerals to supplement deer diets year-round to improve health and antler growth.
When I wander far away, a dream stays with me night and day. It's the road that leads to my home state. I am a Michigan man. Changing seasons paint the scene like rainbow trout in a hidden stream. The white-tailed deer in the tall pine trees. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land. I am a Michigan man. From the Keweenaw down to St. Joe, Kalamazoo, East to Monroe, to St. Marie and back again. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land. I am a Michigan man. Ah, Michigame, win when it's stung. I say I'm, say when